Hey everyone, this is Black Binder, and welcome back to the Let's Play of Tales of Maj'eyal on the Necromancer. Alright, last time we left off, we had finished both Corpool and Norgos's lair, and now we are going to go to Trollmire. Probably should have done Trollmire first, but I did not. So, yep, we are on Insane. I just wanted to make sure. Do we have all of our points spent? No, we don't. I'm going to put a minimum of 16 in here because I know it says I'm at 18, but I want the actual minimum of 16 in case I have to take something off to wear it. It doesn't matter, but it's just I like to see the numbers that way. All right. It used to be you would always go to Ben first, the cursed in the lumberjack village, but I always have a rough time killing him. Like, I don't normally die from him, but it's not like super easy either, so I just don't go there as early as some other people do. Alright, this will be the first possibly difficult area. Oh, there we go. He just killed all of my skeletons. Thank you, Mr. Archer. All right. What are the issues here? It's normally if you run into some kind of cursed, because you won't be able to get away from them, especially if it's a cursed midge swarm. Look, here we go. Senethra the Cave Troll. He is an arcane blade, so just don't get next to him and you should be okay. He still has mage spells, so he still can hit you hard, but he's not going to one-shot you so long as you don't stand right next to him. The only issue with Chorus Fall is it does damage your minions, but just there are ways around it. Just either use it first or wait until you have an opening. Me, I don't really care, because my minions are only there to body block for me. Eventually, there's one type that can do decent damage for you, but we are not there yet. And I would actually avoid trying to hurt him. All right. When you get poisoned, you just have to, it takes a while to get going because you have to waste a couple turns. Turtle, don't bother. Unless you're like a friggin' powerhouse with decent equipment, you're not going to be able to kill those. Ooh, a Thalor Cuirass. But it's massive armor, so we won't be able to use it. But it is for Thalor. I actually think we get a bonus for it too. I don't remember because it's always a decent piece of equipment. It's got decent armor and decent resistances. This is where you get the summoner class when you kill that guy, or that's where I got it. I think it's if you witness any summoner, but I can't, don't quote me on that. It's been so long since I've unlocked anything. I just have no clue anymore. Here we go. Silence, confusion, and stun immunity. That is a very good one. Undeterred. These boots are one of the main reasons I hate going anti-magic, because you can't wear that ego, the one with all the immunities on it, because it's always arcane. What do we got here? Ours just has 12% healing mod on it, so which one of these do we want? This one's straight up better. This one's got great light radius. I'm going to go with the one with a lot of light radius because that's what I care about. Being able to see. Alright, we got a summoner here. Just back up and blow him up. Normally you wouldn't want to stay by these dogs, but I was able to kill it in the turn that it was going to hit me, so. Okay, here's what I was talking about. The bee swarm, and he's also a He's also a cursed. So if you see over on the speed section, he's got 200% global speed. That means he acts twice as fast as I do. But also, he could get... Does he have it? Oh, awesome. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have Rampage. Well, Rampage speeds him up even more. Movement speed by a lot and attack speed by a decent amount. They did, I remember them talking about doing something about when they nerfed the drowning of citizens, they did make the beginning a little bit more friendly. Like they didn't, they got rid of the mind slayers below a certain level, like being unkillable. Maybe Rampage was a part of that, I don't know. But I seem to run into it quite a bit, so probably not. These guys, he's a unique. I almost feel like these are sometimes harder than the rand bosses. But I might just get unlucky with them. Alright, we also have a looks like a skirmisher or something, or a rogue rand boss. So what I'm going to do is daze them all. Holy cow, look at that. But we should be okay because I can blast them from a distance. And if any of them get close, I can teleport away. My skeleton up there is freaking doing the yeoman's work. Like, for whatever reason, they haven't killed him yet. He must just have decent enough defense that they keep missing. Although I doubt it. Where's my... Oh, no? Feels like my cooldowns are taking forever. That's what I like. That's why I like body blocking skeletons. Come on. I was confused there. That's what that blurry screen means. It's probably the most annoying status effect in the game. Not the most dangerous, but certainly one of the most annoying. Now that fight was not typical. That should have been a little bit more difficult, but for whatever reason they had issues killing my skeleton warrior, armored skeleton warrior. Why can't I move? What is going on here? That was so weird. I couldn't move to the left. I don't think I was rooted. Alright, we got a tier 2 Randart. Decent, but we don't use weapons, so. This is a decent shield. It's got darkness penetration and damage. But there's only one reason why I would ever go with a shield, and that's if I found a specific shield that gives me 40% darkness damage and a decent one-handed staff. So I'm not going to hold on to this because I'm never going to use it without the actual shield. That's the specific artifact shield I'm thinking about. I think it's like the Valkyrie shield or something. I don't know. It's got 40%. Holy cow, 80 life. What's this one got? 60 mana versus... No, 60 life. And 16 mana versus 80 life. This is about as equal as it can be. When in doubt, just go for more life in the beginning. I haven't run out of mana yet. I haven't even used my Mana Surge rune. I should probably get rid of it. But as soon as I do, I'll need it. Usually how it goes. I really don't like using the Mana Surge rune. As soon as I get some kind of mana regeneration, I get rid of it. But since my mana regeneration like consumes soul, it also requires something else, a soul. So I can't always count on it. Because I might need mana to get some souls back. what do we got here? Oh, the reason why this guy's so difficult is because he's a fire drake. Fire drakes have increased stats, so even if he's the same level as something else, they're more difficult to kill. As Filthy Robot would say, you should watch him if you like Darkest Dungeon. Their chassis is better. They've got a better chassis. I'm trying to think, what is the worst chassis to go? Probably Champion of Uruk is probably the worst. Like he has the best starting stats regardless of class. Or regardless of class, regardless of rarity. He just has decent stats. Can't see anything, so let's just blow up the area around us. Oh, there it was. How the heck? Oh, I'm asleep. I thought he punched me, but... Alright, we need to get away because this guy's a grappler. And they hurt, and they can grapple you. Or he's a brawler, and they can grapple you. Alright, what are you? Okay, he is a... what is his name? Solipsist. He's a solipsist. And they are dangerous because you see that little beam thing? It hits for quite a bit. What it is hit me for? 107. And, even worse, let's take a look at it. Mine's here. Look at that. Oh, he's actually got a 4 cooldown. I wonder if they changed it. I thought it was only 3, and then you could get it down to 2. But, who knows? But yes, as with most classes that can do a lot of magic damage or casting damage, spell damage, whatever you want to call it, that is your main bread and butter in the beginning. You kind of use it as a crutch to get your build going, but you cannot rely on it the entire game. Because you will need either body blockers or movement or something, because spells do not scale in damage quite enough unless you get very lucky with weapon drops. I will show you an example of a good weapon drop later on in the game. If I still have it in my vault, I honestly don't know. My Possessor, I need to replay it from the beginning because my save didn't transfer when they updated to 1.7. But that is not why I'm not doing him. I'm not playing him right now because I had to play the Necromancer. The Necromancer was the one class that I wanted to unlock the most. And it's the only one that I actually tried to unlock. In Tales of Maj'eyal. But, as most people know, he kind of sucked. He's a very tedious class. To play him right, he was even more tedious than the Enorthal, which is to constantly have Sacrifice shield up. So what you would have to do is summon skeletons, then summon a Bone Giant, then you sacrifice the Bone Giant, excuse me, to create a sacrifice shield, and then use Timeless on the Shalor to get a 24-turn sacrifice shield, so you could never take more than 15% of your maximum damage, your maximum health and damage for 24 turns. It basically, if you played smart, meant you were immortal, but something that tedious, playing it for that long, like you were gonna screw up, so you weren't immortal, you would screw up eventually. We got 31 life on this one, which is better than ours because that one only has 31 life. Let's see. Not seeing anything here. Bright Brass Lantern, ours is better. Summertide File, that's okay. It's got 30% light resistance, 5 light radius, and 10 healing mod. But what I like is when attacking in melee, deals 15 light damage and lights tiles in a radius 1. It's really good if you're like a rogue or something in the beginning. Eventually, it'll get eaten up by damage reduction, but we're really not using this, but I don't feel like switching it, so we're gonna take the pickaxe. But we're not going to use it. Oh yeah, and then in the beginning I also got Bearscape and Santascape as soon as I created this character's Dark God, I guess, created or activated it, or somebody else did, because you can now activate it yourself if you want. We are level 13. We can now get Lord of Skulls. But we don't need it for this. In the beginning, I like saving up my levels and then using them all at once. Just, it's more fun. But as you go on and you're scraping by each level because it's so freaking difficult, well, then I level up as soon as possible. I like to leave my alt 3s for instant, so I'm going to move over my regeneration. Because my hand's always on alt. My right thumb, or my left thumb is always on alt, and my hand is always near the 3. So if I accidentally use it and it's instant, I'm going to be in trouble. Or if I accidentally use it and it's not instant, I will be in trouble. Alright, let's get out of here. Bright brass lantern of health. That's exactly what I wanted. 43 health and 5 light radius. Alright, let's see what we got here. Assemble. Every army of undead minions needs its spearhead. To that end, you combine 3 skeleton minions into a bone giant of level 9. The minions used are selected from the weakest first, and a Lord of Skulls will never be used. At level 3, an Eternal Bone Giant is created instead. At level 6, a Heavy Bone Giant is created instead. Only one Bone Giant may be active, and casting this spell while one already exists will destroy it and create a new one. So, decent. I might use it on occasion, but it's not. Like, Bone Giants are not my favorite minion. The Lord of Skulls is my favorite minion. So let's go over it. Consume a soul to empower one of your skeletons, making it into a Lord of Skulls. The Lord of Skulls gains 36 more life, and it is instantly healed to full. There can be only one active Lord of Skulls. Casting this spell... Oh, it costs 2 souls, by the way. Casting this spell on another... So you can't just continuously heal one minion. Casting this spell on another skeleton removes the effect from the current one. It also gains a new talent if high enough. At level 2, skeleton warriors learn Giant Leap, a powerful jump attack that deals damage and dazes on impact and frees the skeleton form from any stun, daze, and pin effects they may have. It's hilarious. Every single time you get one of these tiers, except for the last one, you're like, there's no way this next one's going to be better. But it always is. It's hilarious. Because that Giant Leap, it is awesome. Like, when you can use it on your skeleton warriors, like their efficacy increases like crazy. At level 3, archers learn Vital Shot, a devastating attack that can stun and cripple their foes. That does a ton of damage, so it's even better. Those two are pretty close, but I like Vital Shot because it keeps your Lord of Skull alive because he's not going into melee, so you don't have to keep casting this spell. But at level 5, this one is way better than the other two. Mages learn Meteoric Crash, a destructive spell that crushes and burns foes in a big radius for multiple turns and stuns them. That one is crazy. The only tier that this doesn't work for is the last one, the Bone Giant. Learns, You Shall Be My Weapon, a massive attack that deals high damage, knocks back foes, and stuns them. That one, the only reason it's not amazing is because with the warrior, he's melee too. But it's a giant leap. He leaps to the person. With the Bone Giant, I always find them lagging behind unless I like purposely move them in front of me or something. So that's the only... His is a mobility issue. It's not that the thing sucks. With a mage, the first time the mage shoots something, his Meteoric Crash goes off. So it's just much, much better. That's weird. Why do I have negative magic? Was that a race thing? It's weird. It's a very few times where I run into where I can meet the level requirement, but I'm maxed out on the stats and I can't get it to get the ability. I can't remember a time that has happened. Except on a yeek, maybe, for strength. Alright, so let's go on. What do we want to get now? Night Sphere. Dark fumes erupt from the ground in a radius 3 for 5 turns. Any creature entering the circle will receive either a Bane of Confusion or a Bane of Blindness. Only one Bane can affect a creature. The Banes last for 4 turns and also do 18 darkness damage. That's okay. On the old Necromancer, this was one of the main things that I used to keep them confused or blinded, to keep them away from me. until I got to level 24 for Sacrifice Shield. Erupting Shadows. Shadows engulf your foes. Anytime you deal darkness damage to a creature affected by a Bane, the Bane's duration is increased by 1 turn, and the shadows erupt, dealing an additional 18 darkness damage. This damage can only happen once per turn per creature. The turn increases, however, always happens. The turn increases. So you can basically keep a Bane on a group of enemies forever with the right AoE spells. River of Souls. This one's okay. I feel like it's better than what I saw of it the first time I used it, but I didn't really get to use it for that long. You summon a river of tortured souls to launch an onslaught of darkness against your foes. Every turn for 5 turns, you launch a projectile towards the designated area that explodes in a radius of 3, dealing 73 darkness damage. Each projectile consumes a soul, and the spell ends when it has sent 5 projectiles or when you have no more souls to use. See, it costs 5 souls. That's a lot. I think eventually you get enough in Animus or something else that souls aren't really a big issue, but they are for me, especially when I turn on High Maul Shield. Well, let's go with... We probably aren't going to get either of these. Let's look at them, though. Corpse Light. You summon a Corpse Light or a Will-O-Wisp that radiates cold for 7 turns in a radius 3. Every turn, all foes inside take 18 cold damage. Anytime you cast the spell while standing inside your Corpse Light's area, it grows by 1 stack, each stack giving +1 radius and plus 10% damage. The Corpse Light can gain at most 3 stacks, and the radius will never extend beyond 10. If cast while under 1 life, it spawns with 3 stacks. That seems okay, I guess. Just it does so little damage. I think let's see how it works with Grave Mistake. Upon expiring, the Corpse Light implodes, pulling in all foes towards its center and dealing 86 cold damage. The damage is increased by 10% per stack. The damage will increase with your spell power. Okay, here's the issue with that though. For this to work, you have to put something somewhere where you think a group of monsters, and it needs to be a group, otherwise it's not going to be worth the time making it work. You have to know where they're going to be 7 turns in advance. It's not great, but also it makes Corpse Light cost 2 souls instead of just 1. So I really don't like these two. This one, if it just did decent damage, then I would use it. Or if it could body block, I would use it. But as it is, it's just like the magic eye with a different skin. Let's go ahead and we're going to start increasing our soul capacity. So this will give us more souls, but also let us hold more souls. Let's go ahead and max out what we can of our constitution. Then Path to Beyond. On using Ghost Walk Return, you create a portal that summons 2 spirits around you for 5 turns. The spirits do very little damage, but taunt all enemies in a radius 3 into attacking them. That's good, but I rarely ever actually use the return button on it, because when I teleport away, that means there's something next to me, or it's gonna be next to me, and I don't want to go back there. So that's kind of iffy, but oh well. We do need to get rid of our infusions so we can get more into Runeskin, but not yet. Runeskin's actually a decent increase, because look at this. Each rune that you have, we could possibly have 4 runes right now. So that would be, let's see, at level 3 it would be 75 health and 4 times 1 point, it's like 4.5% crit chance. But we are not ready for that just yet. Alright, Spikes of Decrepitude. Each turn you unleash dark powers through your rune skin. For each rune you have, a random foe in sight will be hit by a Spike of Decrepitude, dealing 17 Frost Dust damage. A foe can only be hit by 1 spike per turn. If your life is below 1, the spikes also reduce all damage done by the targets by 8 up to about 27%, I think, at 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5. This has decent damage, so we will also want this. But the problem is we can't use either right now. So Across the Veil, no, let's go ahead and let's just max this out because we get an extra 2%. Do I want to do that though? See, this is the issue. I don't really have anything that I want to use right now. We're going to put another one in here because then it's 5 tiles. Like it goes up 2 tiles worth. Spectral Sight for 1 point. And then we'll just go ahead and put more points into Ghost Walk so we can teleport farther. We'll have plenty of points to go around unless I get Twinkers. Or Twinkers. Wait, what? What the hell is it called? Tinkers. Why did I say Twinkers? I almost gave away my special project. Where are we going? I think we should go to the Reloran camp, or no, let's go to Scintillating Caves. That's a little bit easier, I think. Or no, it is a little easier. If you were melee, then maybe, but because everything in here is a caster. Well, almost everything. Poisoned. Oh, come on, stop poisoning me. We do not want to stay in line of these. Uh-oh. Whoops. I hit my Windows key. That is a Blight Bolt. Blight Bolt. Let's see how much damage it does. Yeah, 105 Blight damage, but it's got a 50% increased chance to critical strike. So it's basically the Corruptor spell. Oh yeah, we've got Lord of Skulls now. Let's go ahead and get our guys set up. Alright, we've got 3 right now, so let's go ahead and assemble. Then let's do some more. We've got our mage, that's what we want. So let's go ahead and turn him into a Lord of Skulls. Wait, we're not high enough to do that yet. We can only do skeleton warriors. It does upgrade them, but they don't get the extra skill, so which is the main point of getting a Lord of Skulls. Nope, that's no good. That staff, ours is better. It's going to be hard to beat ours until we get to tier 3 or 4s with decent stats. This has got the Undeterred as well, but ours is built more for us, so we're not going to use it. Here we go, 60 life, 6 light radius. That is awesome. And a bunch of other stats that don't matter as much. I want to see my guy jump at him. Come on, jump at him. Alright. He did his giant leap, but he didn't actually hit anyone. %200 weapon damage. So it should do about 100 damage in an AoE. This is a Oozemancer. They're very difficult to kill for magic people. Well, really for anyone. They just heal so damn much. And mitigate so much. Let's get out of the way because I don't know what he does. Trying to see my skeleton lord do his giant leap. We'll see it eventually. My mage beat me to the punch. Voreda. Keladar. Well, that one's an even better deterred boots. Not by much, but a little bit. It just gave me some extra life and a few percentages more on my immunities. Let's see where we are at with stun immunity, only 24%, so not enough. Stun immunity isn't as required since I'm a caster, but confusion immunity definitely is, because it's always done at range, it seems. Bears seem to always have cold resistance. Yeah, 20%. Where are we going? Where are we going? Nope. You have a really good hat. It's going to be hard to beat that. Until we switch over to different types of defense, not just health. Alright, what do we got here? Daunting presence and gloom. So we want to let our dudes take care of him. Why do you keep using blink instead of giant leap? Lord of Skulls, you? I wonder if they are choosing blink over giant leap for some reason. What if I can't set the priority? Alright, let's sit here for a second and rest. You. Can I set your... No, I can't set its priorities. So we're just going to have to live with it. Armored Skeleton Warrior casts Epidemic. There we go. Giant Leap. Hit for 88 damage. Not bad, because it also dazes, but let's look at you real quick. Why do you have Epidemic? Okay, he doesn't. Somebody else must have had it. One of the enemies. Skeleton Warriors. Epidemic is the disease capstone ability for Reavers and Corruptors. All right. Ooh, my favorite one. Boom. Dead. We should be getting close to the bottom here. Probably call it good after that one. Shatter Affliction rune. We'll just take one just in case. But I don't need it just yet. That's a lot of spell power. 21 spell power, but we're not going to switch just yet. The Core's Fall Bone Spear is still doing really well. Nothing. I still can't get enough magic to put 3 out of 4 in there. I think it's because Thalors get a -2 for magic or something. Our Spellblaze Crystal has Shigovroth form. That's why he looked like an ice elemental when I started the fight. Wow, I cannot hurt him. Why not? Oh, he's got cold affinity 98%, so we'll stop using cold. Here, have some lightning. Oh gosh dang it, quit missing. And no, not missing a roll, just the old-fashioned missing. I clicked on the wrong spot. Come on. He's gonna heal if I don't get to him quickly enough. Or he can come to me. Awesome. This lightning thing hits me, so I gotta be careful when I use it. Okay. Let's move away from him. Could have swore he had a purple outline. I didn't want to get flurried to death. Move out of the way of that blight bolt. They're very hard to see, but you can always hear a blight bolt. Sounds like something getting spit. We'll go ahead and put this on instead of the mule because I like blight resistance for obvious reasons. No, those boots suck. That helmet isn't good. And that lantern is not good. Okay. Let's go ahead and raise our magic real quick. See if we can't get more. Okay, so now we can at least get our archers into a Lord of Skulls. And then one more level and we'll be able to do mage. Where do we want to put the rest of our points, though? I want to start using our dread. So let's go ahead and start putting points into our dread. The hexes are not very good at level 1. So we will, because even at level 5, they have low chances to happen, like pacification hex and burning hexes percentage is pretty low. Empathic hexes duration is pretty low, so we need to get those up before they're any useful. So we might not do the, we might just go in the first skill before we go into the tree at all, but let's see. Anytime one of your minions dies or expires, and even if it is resurrected by a boneyard, the dread feeds on it. Each time it feeds, it gets healed by 75 and reduces the remaining cooldown of its spells by 1. Every 10 minion deaths, it casts a random hex on up to 2 foes at once, instantly, and without triggering cooldown. That's pretty good. In an effort to make your dread more annoying, you focus a shell of darkness around it, rendering it fully invincible for 3 turns. You now summon a Dreadmaster instead of a Dread. Dreadmasters learn to cast Silence, Disperse Magic, and Mind Disruption, making them the ultimate annoyance tool. Nice. Alright, but I was right before. We need to up these better. We need to put more points into these. Guardian of the Wood. The Lorn are a part of the wood. It shields them from corruption. Increase disease immunity, blight resistance by 3%, and all resistances by 2%. We will go ahead and do that. Eventually, I'll probably max this out. This, along with thick skin, is about it's about like 17% all resistance, which is pretty nice, especially when we really don't have a ton of places to put our generic points. All right, tomorrow we're gonna do the Reloran camp. So if you want to see me probably get my first death, this is where it's going to happen. So we'll see you guys next time. If you see anything you like, subscribe, hit the like button, do whatever, tell me what I did wrong, and I'll see you next time. Bye.